Now, good evening, gents. Thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, we've missed the qualifying session. Rowan managed to watch a bit of the qualifying, so he'll be able to tell you who qualified in first position.
Yeah, that was unspoken. He's ready to go. I think everyone else started
getting us
grab
ready to go
positions as they start here.
Well, as you guys can see on
the
screen now, yes, I am on spectate. The point standings at this stage with NineCarp in the lead and Insanity in second place. It seems the race is ready to kick off.
Just that black screen of anger management.
That loading screen. I hate this. Come on.
And there we go. Unspoken NineCarp Insanity.
And Insanity was a brilliant start. Insanity already fighting for first position. Oh, and we've got Sahir also going in there for first. So Insanity, after winning his first race last time out, is actually fighting for the lead. Already 3 changes within the first 3 corners of the lead, so that's exciting racing.
I think it's going to be a good race. I hope it just stays close the whole time. I think they don't want it to stay and get a bit of a breather.
Well,
we need some.
I can tell you this, that NineCarp wants to make the absolute best of this while BEEMERSTEIN is still not racing. He's still out, and he should be back the next round.
Got MD4 making a move on a Gerard Bez into this hairpin of death here. Moving on to the back straight. Gerard getting a bit sideways there.
Or
it's one of them. There actually seems to be a few hairpins of death.
And we've got 3 Porsches in the lead currently. And we've got Ricardo going up the inside as well as Sahir. And who's the best of the breakers? And it currently looks like Ricardo was first from second there.
It's 3 wide into this section.
And Sahir was in one corner, went from first down to third, and Insanity runs wide. And Unspoken takes the gap on the inside as well, getting himself
NineCarp's back into third, so it's representing Ferrari in this race.
So the top 5 is going at it, and as you guys can see, so he's going out wide. This is some interesting racing here. So many lead changes just in the first lap. I'm not sure who to spectate on anymore.
No.
Insanity getting a bit sideways.
Insanity and Unspoken having a bit of a battle there.
And this is giving NineCarp and Ricardo a gap to pull away. Unspoken. Insanity getting pushed a bit. Just out wide. Spinning it on the inside.
Unspoken also getting tagged. Making a safe entry back on track. That's good.
Okay, let's
battles everywhere, actually.
So we've got Gerard trying to catch up from the start. He's currently in 8th position. In the yellow Ferrari. And we got 3 wide into this tricky section. This is
it's a proper battle for third.
Racing. Yeah. These guys are close, and Insanity was leading at one stage. He's finding himself battling with a Springcon for 5th position. Insanity managing to get up the inside and taking a nice clean line through it and getting the position back. Now this is where the Porsche is at its strongest, is at the straight. And you're gonna already see the gap between Insanity and if we lose someone. Let's hope not. Let's hope it doesn't look like we've lost anyone.
It's just lag, hopefully. No, Sprungcon is out.
Sprungcon is out of the race. That is unfortunate. Okay, so currently we have MD4 in fourth position. Oh, Saeed showing his drifting skills.
MD4's waiting though, so that was good. Oh, so here's not. We have a bit of a tag there.
Oh, MD4.
If anyone watched the rallycross there, it
it
looked like kind of the end.
Insanity up to third again, still. That's good. But
this battle's actually slowing them down quite a lot though.
Yeah, because if you look at the gap between first, second and then down to third, it's a long gap.
So here at 2:19 now. So he's definitely being held up with this battle. MD4, just missed that.
Currently we've got Ricardo in the lead with NineCarp in second.
Definitely seems like the Porsche's biggest headache is the other Porsches.
And some of the
I see they're all like bundling together here. Yeah.
And as you can see, the gap between first, second and then down to third is a big gap. It looks like NineCarp just gets to close the gap to Ricardo, and then when it comes to the straight, then the Porsche is gone again.
Yeah, no, those Porsche are insanely hot in the backstreet. Impact is catching me near the end.
Now, even on the main straight, they're extremely fast. And NineCarp, you can see, is pushing very hard to stay on the back of Ricardo, drifting in some of the corners. The gap to Insanity is quite far.
Ricardo's done in 2:11.2, which is a very good time.
Now that is a competitive time. And you barely making the 2:10s here.
Exactly. Making me worried here.
Well, I can tell you this, I'm not even breaking 2:13 yet. So...
You still got...
I need to practice before tomorrow. I am so stressed about this race. I haven't practiced at all. See, the one thing about this first corner is if you brake too soon, you lose time. If you brake too late, you're going to lose time. And with it being an uphill, you already get slowed down by lifting off to brake. If you brake too early, then you're going to be way too early for the corner.
No, definitely. I see NineCarp's actually gained a lot of time on Ricardo through those S's. I think Ricardo's just going to open it up down that straight again.
That's a problem. NineCarp, every lap he gets just to within touching distance by this corner, and then when it comes to the straight, NineCarp,
the Porsche's gone.
And you can look at just how quickly the Porsche is opening up a gap again.
Yeah, because NineCarp set fastest lap at 2:11.1 now as well. So those lap times are there.
And it's all due to the corners that he's making that lap time.
Definitely that first section.
The first section, and then by the last section with the long hair. Well, it is a sort of a hairpin, but from this section, I think the Ferrari is strong against the Porsche.
Just can't manage to keep that gap. See if we've got any battles forming. Ooh, this doesn't look too bad.
We still got NineCarp chasing after Ricardo. Ricardo locking up into the final corner.
Ooh, Insanity and MD4 having a battle. A bit of a touch there. Oh, and another touch there. Unspoken.
We've got Unspoken
Unspoken's
also in the mix,
taking a
yeah.
very late choice to go into the pits there. But not such a bad idea. He can get himself some space.
Yeah, get into the pits early, let these two fight and slow each other down. That will be able to give him a bit of time as well. Insanity on the outside of MD4. Let's see who's going to be victorious here. Well, guys, in the chat, let me know who you're rooting for in this race. I know normally people will go for BEEMERSTEIN, but unfortunately he's unable to race tonight. But who will be your second choice?
See what's cracking. It still seems a little bit of a battle here between MD4 and Insanity.
They're
MD4 is definitely
sticking with
managing
each
to
other.
open the gap a bit. Yeah.
But yeah, Unspoken will definitely want these two to have a good fight so you can gain some time on them again.
Yeah, I think that's true. He's definitely going to want that to happen. Because, I mean, we saw how much it was affecting Sahir and all of their times. A couple of seconds and that will make it life a lot easier.
Exactly. We've still got Ricardo in the lead. NineCarp right behind him.
They're still having their battle. The rest is pretty much open up. It's just those two battles then.
Yeah, for now.
Let's see if
And the gap
NineCarp can
between
make his move
NineCarp
through
and
this S's.
the gap between these
Here it
two
comes
is
again.
0.6 of a second.
It's even less now.
Almost getting touchy there. Let's see what NineCarp can do.
Could have gone for that gap.
NineCarp's going
See
to
if he
kick
can
it on
take
the
him on
inside.
the inside. Go.
He's going to go for the inside
doesn't have
just
the law.
before the straight.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Ferrari can be late on the brakes. And he's sticking actually behind Ricardo. I thought he was going to launch it up the inside.
Until here.
And now the Porsche is just going to go bye-bye. You can already see the gap just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I can imagine how frustrated he is right now like that. All that work and it's gone again.
Well, if he wants to be smart about it, he should actually go stick it in the pits now. Or he's maybe waiting for Ricardo to first blink and put it in a pit, so you can have clear track in front of him. But you can clearly see the Ferrari is super fast in the corners. Even on the entry into the corners, you can see a difference between the two cars. You can see how
steadier.
Yeah, you can see how NineCarp has closed the gap down just in that long right-hander. Coming down to the last left-hander that goes up to the straight. And NineCarp definitely tighter. Bit loose on the exit though. And we've still got Insanity chasing. Oh, Insanity going into the pit. Oh, missing the pit lane. Oh my word.
Hit the wall.
He missed the pit. Yeah, luckily he stopped just before the wall. But that's going to cost him a lot of time. Okay, so we've got Sahir going over the line now in 4th position. On his own with Gerard chasing him.
NineCarp's right behind Ricardo still. Just can't get them.
I want to see where Unspoken
He needs
comes
to try
out.
and get him fit.
Yeah, so Unspoken is currently in front of Insanity, but that's also because Insanity made that huge mistake. Insanity only coming out the pits now. Well, let's see the battle between NineCarp and Ricardo again. Ricardo almost losing it on the braking into the tricky left-hander. Coming through to the busy back section for the long right-hander.
Oh, he's gonna run a little wide.
Ricardo running a bit wide, but he's getting his line tight, meaning he's got a bit more exit speed. It's as if the Ferrari can go through that corner flat out, and the guys in the Porsches has to lift
a bit here.
Coming through to the last corner now, and Ricardo
still going into the pits.
Getting a bit late, and NineCarp
the
getting
drag
a
race is
bit,
never
but
going to win.
The Porsche is just pulling away out of underneath the Ferrari, but he's definitely a lot closer now than his previous laps. Let's see if he can manage an overtaking opportunity.
The distance is helping there. Just helping him keep there. Enough to be a pain. Oh, but there he needs to try and get past you in this section.
He's trying
this is his strongest point. Oh,
he's trying everything to get past. Ricardo is just sticking it up on the apex on every single corner, getting himself out braked just before the back straight. And NineCarp not close enough to actually take advantage of that.
Remington said, "Good evening, gents." Good evening, Remington.
Oh, evening, Remington. Thanks for joining, man.
I think he's probably taking some tips. A few with the other guys watching as well.
Under braking, that Ferrari just looks more comfortable than the Porsche. So we still got the top three that needs to pit. We've got MD4 currently in third position.
Considering Ricardo and NineCarp having a battle, their last laps were 2-minute 12s and a 2-minute 11.5, if I see correct.
Yo, that is actually super fast for people that's busy fighting
exactly.
for the lead.
For a mid-battle, it's not too bad at all.
Sean saying NineCarp should have pitted 4 laps ago. He's holding himself up. The Ferrari.
I agree though.
Better. Oh, and we've
especially
got
in that first section, all of his time can
MD4
make a
hitting the tire wall on the
in the
on
pits
the
again.
entry of the pits. Oh my word, that's 2 guys.
Forget this is one of those pits where you actually have to brake before the computer takes over.
Well, that's going to give...
NineCarp's definitely getting held up.
That's going to give Unspoken a clear third position now. Unspoken is coming around the final corner now. So that's now 2 times in a couple of laps where the viewers got to see someone hitting the tire barrier. Okay, so
Not a pretty
MD4 is
sight.
only leaving the pit now. Let's see what Insanity can do. Can he overtake? No, Insanity is only coming through the last corner now, and MD4 is already exited the pit and up through the first corner already.
NineCarp is close to Ricardo even on the straight.
Oh, let's go to that battle and see what's happening there. I see
But he
he's
should
almost
have put
trying
it,
to
yeah.
take him. Well, maybe his tires only coming in now, so let's see what happens. One of them should
If
be
I was
able
him,
to
I
pit
would put
now.
now.
Well,
If
it
Ricardo
depends.
doesn't, yeah.
If Ricardo doesn't pit, then NineCarp should pit.
Yeah, definitely. Unless they're trying to give us
And I
some
can
good
tell you now,
racing
the
to watch,
one
which we can appreciate.
the one is waiting for the other one to blink.
See if they do for like a dummy move here. No,
No,
still
no
not
one
an
is going up.
impediment. Maybe they're just
I
liking
can
this
tell you
close
now,
racing.
NineCarp wants to take the lead fair and square on the track.
Yeah,
And it looks like he's getting to stay at the back of Ricardo now. He's much closer through the first corner than what he has been before.
he's to make his move.
Oh, he's a lot closer.
Especially if
He's
he wants to
almost
stay in
side by
front.
side.
Oh, Ferrari. See, this is where he gets held up so much though.
Ferrari is so much faster down this section of the track. Oh, there's a small touch there. Oh, so Sean says NineCarp's tune was very good. Well, I'll definitely try and have a go on it after this race to see if I can improve on my laps. But yeah, one of them should blink now and go to pit. It's leaving them short with laps.
They're definitely holding each other up here.
And it's definitely the first one to blink. They're waiting for each other. It's some interesting racing here. I can't keep my eyes off this battle. Okay, NineCarp is letting Ricardo go a bit. You can definitely see this gap. I think one of them is definitely going to go to the pits now. Let's have a look. Unfortunately, we can't make like live TV and say, no, the guys are coming out the pits. Waiting for the man to pit now. That would have been good. Alright, let's see who's going to blink first. NineCarp is blinking first. NineCarp into the pits. Okay, so this is now hammer time for NineCarp. Let's see if NineCarp can get that gap going now. Oh, Jose, good evening, man. How are you doing? Hey, thanks, Sean. I'll definitely keep an eye out for that tune. Unless the master himself, Jose, has got a good tune as well for this track. Like I said, I haven't practiced anything, so a good tune for me can
nudge,
work.
nudge, Jose.
Thanks in advance.
Get your orders in while you can.
Yeah. You can definitely see NineCarp is pushing it like mad. I just want to see what Ricardo is doing on track. Ricardo will also be pushing crazy now to keep his lead. Because he knows if he can just get out in front of NineCarp again, then it's over and done with. He'll definitely win the race.
Because Ricardo is definitely, or NineCarp's definitely one of those clean guys. So even if he just touches the guy a little, he's going to give them space back and all of that.
Yes, yes.
We've seen it a few times already. It's really good driving, but it does cost him time.
Yes. Let's see. Is NineCarp going to go into the pits now? Or is he going to stay out another lap or two?
I think he's going to stay out. I would stay out now that he's got clean air.
Yeah, maybe a lap or two just to get those lap times down.
looked like a very good lap from what I saw. So I think if he stays up, we can get a nice estimate on how good of a lap it
Yeah,
was.
he's definitely staying out. So let's look at, well, let me change the race stats to, wait, time behind leader. Let's
get a 2:11.9 on that one. This is 1.3 seconds faster than his last time.
Okay, so I believe this pit exit is about 42 seconds, if I can remember correctly. The gap to first place currently, first to second, is 36 seconds.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Not yet. Well, that's like, if I can remember correctly, I haven't done a pit here in a very long time. So
it says 1,500 meters. I think it'll be close to that.
Well, let's
but
change.
it is
I've
a really
got it
long
in,
pit, so
in
it
feet.
could be
So
enough.
distance is 5,000 feet. So I believe he's going to need around almost 6,000 feet to be able to get it good. We've got Reno also in the chat here. How's it, man? Thanks for joining.
It's popping in to see what's going on.
Yeah, he's interested to see what these guys are doing with lap times, because their race is only next week, Monday. Let's see what NineCarp is should still stay out another lap at least. Let's see what he can do in this lap. It's looked fast. And the gap is staying at around 5,000 feet between first and second.
Let's see if he stays up longer.
Right now, I don't know what tips you're looking for here. No, he's going to go into the pits, and he's managing to get it
at least he got
into the pit lane.
He remembered to brake on that one.
Well, let's see where Ricardo is on track. Ricardo is coming to the long right-hander now. I'm going to open the map up so people can see. Whew, this is going to be
He's
close.
on the move. Ricardo is approaching the last two turns. He's in the second last turn.
This is going to be close. This is going to be close.
The Porsche is going to be on the move at that time. He's on the last corner.
This is going to be close. This is going to be so close.
No, I think he's got it there.
The Porsche should have it. He's still...
There he comes.
There's only getting up to speed now. No, the Porsche's gone past already. Oh my word! This was close. This was so close.
Just not enough. Yeah. Pretty much a very similar gap to what he had into the pits, because he did open up a bit of a gap before he went in.
Sean says he's deaf, rooting for NineCarp as he helped him with some tuning as well. Hey Jose, we can
see
tell
if
you
he can
this,
get it right.
We miss you racing in our leagues as well. I'm sure Rowan don't miss you because he's it doesn't have as much battles as exactly. But yeah, no, definitely the guys is definitely missing you around the track as well as Gary. Two of the
and not to forget, we'll
folks.
actually see all of them back in when we do the Bathurst race.
Yes, yeah. We're still getting the final details ready for Bathurst, the final event.
Should let everyone know when we can. And then that will be the next time we see Reno as well. He'll be practicing like crazy. Mr. Bathurst.
Yeah, but Reno is good. Yeah, that's true. But in the meantime, Reno will be driving in the AIM group next week, Monday. Rain already licking his lips for that race. Jose, Bathurst is a given. Vian, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, rather late than never.
Exactly. So it looks like NineCarp is settling for second place. And then in third we've got Unspoken. He was given third basically by the mistakes MD4 and Insanity made into the pit lane. Both of them.
Simi's also popping in the comment section saying, "Aware, guys." So aware, Simi.
How's it, Simi? Yeah, Insanity currently racing in 5th position. But yeah, both him and MD4 can definitely be mad at themselves for missing their braking into the pit lane. That's also why we always tell the guys to practice the pit lane entries, because some tracks has got a long pit lane entry where the AI takes over a lot sooner, and then we've got pit lanes like this where you only get taken over by the AI when you're almost at your pit box. So yeah, it's very important to get that out of the way.
Ricardo doing a 10.6.
I just wanted to say now, I see in the chat that someone is has done a very quick lap. Insanity did a 2:14, so he 2:16, and we've got Ricardo 2:10.6. Then NineCarp came out of the pits. Insanity with the 2:14, and okay, that's all over again. MD4 the 2:12, Unspoken 2:11. Gerard with a 2:16.4. No, that's a very good lap from Ricardo.
No, that's very strong. I can see why the gap has opened up a bit then.
Mix it chat group for crying out loud.
It is a very busy man in the chat, I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, there's people in this chat that don't even know what is Mixin and you're talking about Mixin. That was out way.
That's the OG WhatsApp, yeah.
Exactly. Yo, you're talking about years ago, almost millenniums here, bro. Jose, at this stage, we're looking at July. We're just getting the final things ready because your guest here, Rowan, decided to go and have holiday in Spain. So as soon as he's back, then all the final...
with the original plan,
yeah, he messed completely with the original plan. But as soon as he's back, we'll there will be a date already, probably. Okay, so guys,
but it will be a
last
Sunday.
lap.
That's as much as we know.
Yeah, it will definitely be a Sunday, and it's going to be 70 laps.
Yeah. Ian's asking for tyre wear. It's a bit late to ask on one lap left, but we can see what we can find. Yeah, Lord.
Well, I'm not sure which.
I've got NineCarp on 3% and 5% in front.
I'm not sure if I'm getting the right one here. Oh yeah, okay.
NineCarp is right on Ricardo in this last sector. Oh, go Ferrari.
Who pitted first? Let's go to that person who pitted first.
Ricardo is making a few
I believe
mistakes.
it was Unspoken that pitted first. He put it on lap 5, and as you can see, these front tire wears on 25%, well 24%. So it's not very hectic on tire wear.
Ricardo
coming
pulling
through
a
the
blocking
last
move there into the last corner.
This is slow stuff happening there.
It was good race there.
And Ricardo winning the race. Fantastic racing between these two. They actually had a go from the 2nd or 3rd lap.
Yeah, definitely. Unspoken's giving it a bit of a drift
battle all the way.
He's on 24 and 13%. Vian.
Oh.
Hope him out. 9 and 15 for MD4.
Oh, thanks, Bjorn. Just giving me a bit of work, you'd say.
Insanity's 18 and 13%.
Well, Insanity coming through to the final corner right now.
So here's 16 and 11%. And Herod is running around, and the Ferrari is at 16 and 12%. It just depends on everyone pits though.
Yeah, well done to Ricardo, NineCarp, and Unspoken, the top 3 there.
Yeah,
Well,
nicely done.
well
Some really good
raced.
racing though.
Well, we should have seen a better battle from Insanity, Unspoken, and MD4. But like I said, 2 of them decided to hit the pit wall. Hopefully they get it right for the for the next race.
I just hope they're ready for race 2. If you know what I'm saying.
Race 2 is going to be some interesting stuff happening. Well, guys, as you can see there, Ricardo with the fastest time of the 2:10.6. NineCarp did a 2:10.8. So there's definitely some good times lying with those 2. Unfortunately, Springcon in 8th with a DNF.
I'm just gonna set the reverse grid.
Jose saying the the Bathurst race should be restricted to cockpit view. Jose, I can tell you this: if I have my way, it will be cockpit view with no assist, with sim steering.
Oh
Lord,
guys, I'm mad.
If we can have it on sim steering, then there's going to be some good, exciting racing that can happen. So, but yeah, that's still in the talks. Keep an eye out for the posters coming.
Let's see everyone's reaction now that it's actually a night race.
Well, I've got the poster on, so no one is actually seeing what we're putting on here.
Well, let's hope it works. I hope the headlights and all that play.
Vian is saying here that cockpit view will work for him with 90% tire wear from the start.
Yes.
Jose saying sim steering with the V8s, no thanks. Well, Jose, if it goes to sim steering,
those things are animals.
It might give people like me a chance of winning. How interesting will that not be? Listen here, guys, I want to show you what is about to happen.
Where is NineCarp? There he is. There.
And as you guys can see, the next race is at night. And I'm not sure people have been practicing for night racing.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done any practice. MD4 seems to have disappeared on us.
I wonder if he's aware it's 2 laps. Oh, 2 races, not 2 laps. Well, Sean says he's ready to race. He drives in some mode, so he's ready for Bathurst.
Insanity. That's fine.
Oh.
Inside here. Nice man, not you doing in first place, but you're moving out the way.
Ah, I was hoping to race.
Yeah, right. First. Well, let's put Sprunk on there, seeing as he did DC. Yeah, so Ricardo must be last. That's it. Then it is NineCarp, Unspoken. Should be MD4 if he comes back. If not, then it is Insanity. Ah, there he is. He's back.
Is MD4 back? Yeah, MD4 is turning again.
MD4, Insanity, Herods are here. Sprung on.
I remember with the previous series there was guys asking for night races, but unfortunately those cars didn't have lights.
Yeah.
Or some of them didn't have lights.
Yeah.
So I was glad that we got to get a series in where we can have night racing. We just hope that there's no Forza
plays
glitch
along,
where where people doesn't have lights and stuff like that. So that's the main thing, the main concern.
Gonna check the grid one more time. Recorder, NineCarp Unspoken, MD4 Insanity. So here. Right, Sprint card. Yep, she's right.
Just showing the results from the previous race again. Yeah, Sprint Con should be in first position with Ricardo in last. And Rowan, you must also remember to go on spectate mode.
Yeah, I think I am on spectate too.
Same mistake as last time.
At least I'll be able to catch the replay though.
That was funny. Yeah, guys, we're just waiting for everyone to ready up and then we're gonna start the race.
A few guys are just running off for a bathroom break.
Smoke break.
That as well.
It's only Gary that takes bathroom breaks during races. If you guys can remember the last semi-pro race.
Yeah, slight echo.
It sounded like he was at a weird place commentating. But we won't say anything about that. Okay, I see we're just waiting for Ricardo, NineCarp and MD4 now.
Yeah, definitely a smoke break. The reverse says he's clutching the cig. Slowly reading up. It's just Ricardo and Monitz, I think it is, and then we're good to go. Almost ready to launch. I'm just really hoping that the lights are all working for everyone.
I see MD4 chatting on the group about him eating the pet entry. We're just waiting for MD4 now. Just to send him a message now to say he should ready up.
Fingers crossed for no glitch, no glitch, just please no glitch. I really want a night race.
Yeah. Well, Jose, clearly you haven't played Forza in a very long time. We're just waiting for MD4 to ready up.
There we go. Hold your thing, hold your fingers, let's see. I think everything is sorted. just want to double check before we let them loose simulation. Yeah, no, it's all good. That's still good. Yeah, that's also still good. Cool, let's race. What about the time? So that might have been a bit premature warning there, but there we go. That's everyone now. Ricardo, NineCarp. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see what happens here. Okay, come on. Black screen.
Please be lads, 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 please be lads.
And... oh, come on, black screen, come on. Give in, black screen. And... come on, come on. Off they go, and it looks like everyone has got lights
on every car.
That is
hopefully
some good news.
Hopefully it doesn't just look like that for us, though.
Good
I haven't seen anyone quit out, so it doesn't look too bad. No one's quitting. No one's quitting.
Success. There's no light, he's quitting immediately. So yeah, that's good news.
But I think we're good then.
So currently
first night race we've had in a long time.
Yeah, so here in first, MD4 in second, Ricardo in third. Ricardo already up into third. What a start.
I think it's that Porsche launch though, because those things launch insane.
Yes, yeah, the Porsche
it's like a rocket ship. I think it just guns it from the side. Oh, some corner there, little grass.
Well, NineCarp is finding himself in the midfield between Insanity and Unspoken and Springcon. And Insanity...
just quite the pack we've got going here.
He's
a pack of Porsches.
Surrounded by 3 Porsches.
It's just NineCarp.
And he's just... well, Rainer says it's like the Volvo launch.
Yeah, that was true actually.
Well, Sean says if you spectate, it always seems that everyone's got lights. Well, at this stage, no one has quit out of the
so
race
we're good,
yet,
yeah.
so far we're good to go. I want to see if NineCarp is going to go for the early pit. If he goes for the early pit now, it might just work in his favor. Getting up the inside of Sahir on the long right-hander. What's going to happen? Is he going to go for the pits or not? And he's still staying out. That is very strange. Yes, Nassim, I would have also have picked it straight away on that first lap. I think that would have been the best to do.
MD4 and Insanity are still having a bit of a battle.
Especially with Ricardo already up in the lead. If I was NineCarp, I would have pitted.
Yeah.
Just to get that out of the way.
He's going to end up losing time again. Ooh,
oh, Insanity.
Yeah,
Insanity missing his braking completely.
Cost himself more time than he did MD4, thankfully.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for him, but yeah. Stuff like that happens.
Ooh. So one problem with racing at night, you'll always see someone's like headlights fast approach you from behind. Enough to make you scared. See if any of these 3 are going to pit. Well, almost 4 now with NineCarp catching up there. NineCarp really needs to go in the pits though. You can't risk getting caught here behind them all. Oh, MD4 and Unspoken coming together again. Go in the pits, NineCarp. Oh, didn't go again.
And he's still not going into the pits. That is very strange. Yeah, that is very strange for him not pitting as yet.
Oh, Insanity was taking a very narrow line there and taking Ricardo. No, Unspoken. Sorry. And managed to hold it all together. Ooh, these guys are holding each other up, and it's going to hold NineCarp up because he didn't go in the pits.
NineCarp is costing himself the race at this stage.
He needs to go. He needs to get past all of them in one really smooth move. But I think pits would have been the smart choice.
Yes, it would have definitely have been the best choice.
Ricardo's running around in clean air now, so he doesn't have anyone to worry about. He's going to end up hot lapping this.
He's going to race in it like it's a test session. NineCarp trying to muscle his way up to fourth, not getting it right. Well, I can tell you this, what is going to happen is as soon as Ricardo sees that NineCarp, oh my word, Insanity.
This is still going to get in his
trying
way.
up the inside of Unspoken, and then at the end of the day losing out a position.
Yeah, but NineCarp is still getting held up. He needs to go in the pits. Like if he doesn't know, I'm going to be so frustrated.
I was busy saying if NineCarp's going to go into the pits now, he's then going to find that Ricardo is going to see he's going into the pits, and then Ricardo is going to go into the pits the next lap. That's the only problem that NineCarp's going to have now.
Oh, there he goes. He's got it.
And he's still not going into the pits.
Yeah, it's not too bad because I mean, it managed to get through there cleanly.
Okay,
there's a
but
bit of
Insanity
space
went into
between
the
them.
pits. It seems that Insanity and Unspoken actually went into the pits. NineCarp is going to use all the track as possible to get that gap down to Ricardo.
Jose says Insanity is secretly working for NineCarp. Yeah. He's a bouncer, yeah.
I won't be surprised. I've seen stranger things. Jose, when last have you seen the pro group? You've got everyone Ron's got everyone working for him. I don't know if he's paying them off or what.
Definitely not. I can't afford that.
Well,
I heard their prices though. I mean, their prices are very high for this corruption.
By any chance? Because I mean, suddenly
nice.
you going on holiday to Spain. I think we need to.
It's been like a year of
that.
living like a hobo.
But as long as you enjoy it, man, that's the most important.
That's come at a cost of missing one race though, so it's going to be a bit unfortunate.
It won't be too bad.
Just take it with to Spain.
We can see NineCarp is catching up to the back of MD4, but Ricardo is long gone. You can't even see Ricardo on the same stretch of road.
The NineCarp's still not really catching up to MD4 just yet. He's going to put in another lap or two, unless MD4 goes into the pits, which will save him.
Ricardo going into the going onto the main straight now and crossing the line, and NineCarp and Insanity and MD4 still not deciding to pit yet. I believe NineCarp, it looks like he's settling for a second position again. And then also the next track coming up won't be a very good track for the Ferraris. The Porsche will definitely shine there with the Road America.
Ooh, yeah, it's going to be tough for the Ferraris.
Yes. Look, there is enough corners on that track for the Ferraris to still be competitive, but the two long straights is just going to make it impossible for the Ferraris to get past any.
It's almost three because you got the back straight as well. The one right before the finish line. You got the finish line, and then the one just after the finish line.
Yes.
Hopefully the Ferraris can make up in the cornering.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Don't have a choice.
And then the final track is going to be Porsche territory as well.
Luckily for Road America, there is no night race or rain, so that one's pretty given.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, this one doesn't have rain.
Imagine Road America at night would be pretty cool.
Well, I would say they should make all the tracks compatible day, night, and rain. That will really spice things up.
Or night and rain, so we can do like Nordschleife and dark wet.
Imagine.
Just because, you know, puddles everywhere, yet you can't see. Be great.
Rainer will like that.
Is NineCarp going into the pits? Yay.
Finally on lap 5. Well, we might not know this, but NineCarp might have practiced a lot. And figured out that his tires might only last around 10 laps. But I really doubt it.
It's also true.
Well, previous race he did about 12 laps before he went into the pits. 11 laps, so it's definitely not that. Rhino seeing green held dry, please.
So he's not a fan of the wet then.
I don't think Rhino wants to drive any wet races.
Yeah.
Well, saying that, I've never seen him rooting for any wet races in the chats before, so maybe that's his weak point, wet races. Rhino, noted. I will definitely make sure the next couple of series has got more rainy weather tracks.
Just for him, yeah. We'll put it especially for him.
Yeah. Also, as per requested by Rhino.
He doesn't know it, but it's like that. Yeah. Unspoken pit he has. So is this going to be a battle between him and NineCarp?
Yeah, him and NineCarp. What? NineCarp came out behind him. That is very strange. Yeah. And yes, Unspoken has pitted. Well, it's teammates, so maybe there's going to be a bit of team ordering here.
Could be interesting.
And we've got Insanity behind them as well. And Sahir cruising up in 8th position with his Porsche.
Well, no DCs yet, so that's a good strong
I just wanted to say the same thing now. No DCs as yet.
Basically halfway through the race. So far, so good.
Gerard and one Ferrari running in 4th now. In the yellow, we'll call it the yellow submarine. And then we've got Springcon with the only F12 TDF in the entire series. Oh, this guy just sounds absolutely fantastic. Yeah, he's currently running in 3rd position.
But yeah, it's definitely ended up versus a 599 versus 911 race. Almost championship even. The odd Audi R8, which also sounds amazing. A 10-cylinder engine is something else.
So Sean says he rates dry races, so he wants more dry races so he can practice more. Rainer saying he wrecked his supercharged MX-6 in the wet and don't win in the wet.
So now we know why he's scarred.
Makes sense now. Thanks, Rainer. We'll definitely put up more wet races.
Traumatizing. Oh, Unspoken has gone wide. I don't know if it was a team order that or not. We'll see now. If the Porsche goes past, then it was team orders. No, might have just been a mistake. Porsche's unbelievably quick down the straight there.
Yeah, the gap Unspoken managed to pull there from underneath NineCarp.
It's kind of scary.
Unbelievable.
You can see why the Porsche has like most of the top times in the leaderboard. It's definitely got the power, and handling doesn't seem so bad once you've got some work in it.
I was just going to say, I think if you get a lot of tuning, then you can make it go very stable and make it turn in on the corners. But if you take it stock standard, there's no way you're going to put up leaderboard times.
Not with your front wheel lifting in the air everywhere. I mean, the lap times aren't too far off the dry or the day times. I mean, Unspoken's done in 11.2.
Okay, so Gerard has pitted now. Oh, yeah, Unspoken with the fastest lap of 2:11 so far, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, 11.2 is fastest lap so far.
And he's also got the top speed of 183 miles per hour.
As usual, Falls, it likes to be different, because mine says MD4's got fastest at 295. Which I think is pretty much similar to the same speed, but it's just different people. So we don't actually know who's got the title, but there you go. One of those two. Well, NineCarp's got a nice distance between him and who is in front of him, Springcon. So it should give him a good clean air until Springcon. Yeah, exactly. So until the so it won't have to worry too much about passing Springcon on track. Just needs to make sure you can get out in front of Springcon.
Well, it all depends also on how fast.
But I'm sure he will. He's not too far off Springcon now. It's about a corner between the two of them.
Ricardo is going to pit. That's also going to be another.
Yep. There goes Springcon. Springcon's in. NineCarp is back on podium. It is quite the gap they've got there. But I don't know if it's enough. Let's see if we can get the starter on to show distance from leader. Yeah, should work. Let's see, it rotates. Okay, so he's 1.5. Look, that's the same distance he was when Ricardo didn't pit and he did. Well, did in the previous race. And that wasn't enough to keep him back. So if he can keep this distance, then he should come out very close. It's 1 point. It's a bit high. 1.8 is all extra 200 meters. Might not be enough, but it'd make it close.
I think it's
Keep his
going to
head
be
down and
as close
get
or
those good
closer
laps
than
in.
what the first
Yeah, I
race
think it's
was.
definitely going to be closer than the first race.
And unless Ricardo doesn't pit now, then NineCarp might just have a chance of getting back.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think if Ricardo, the later he pits, the less chance he stands of coming out in front of NineCarp. Because NineCarp
Yep,
definitely
and
at this
if
open air is being able to hot lap everything. He's done a 2:11.2 as well. So he's taken that back from unspoken.
Well, let's look at
Distance is
the
1.5 kilometers again, so it's about the 5,000 feet if I remember correctly, which you said last time. Which is almost exactly the same.
I'm just
And
waiting
that was
for
when he was
MD4
able to come
also
out
to
in front.
pit. But Ricardo's last lap was
The MD4 is in
2:12.
now.
Okay, so Ricardo's last lap was
Ooh, it's
2:12.5,
going to be close.
and NineCarp did a 2:11.2. So it's definitely almost 1.5 seconds that he was able to catch up
On the
again.
straight, yeah, I think he's definitely going to get MD4. It's just the question if he can keep the lap times down. Oh, there he
Yeah,
is.
no, he's
11.0.
definitely.
Going too fast
And I
on that
believe
lap, so-
Unspoken has also gotten past MD4. NineCarp with a 2:11.077.
Bring it
So
home
that's
for
again,
us
that's
Ferraris.
1.5. That's 1.5 seconds faster than Ricardo's last lap.
Ooh.
So he's definitely putting in
So he
the
definitely
lap
needs to
times.
keep
That's
that pace
2
up,
laps
yeah.
that he's made up about 3 seconds on Ricardo. So
Yeah. Look, the distance is still saying the same though, so it's not too much of a good sign just yet.
well, let's see. It's
a bit more,
5,500 feet now, coming up to the back straight. Well, if Ricardo stays out 1 or 2 more laps, then NineCarp should have that position as well.
With considering he doesn't make any mistakes.
Yes, yes.
Clean race and he should be good. It's down to 1.2 kilometers, so it must be. Oh, Ricardo's in. Ricardo's in the pits.
Okay, so let's look at the map. Oh, this is going to be so close.
It's going to be extremely close. I think Ricardo's got enough there.
I think Ricardo has seen that NineCarp is catching up very quickly.
Yeah. Just with the consistency. It's going to be close, but I think he's going to have it. It looks like Ricardo's on the move already. He's only on the last
Coming
corner
through.
now. No, I don't think NineCarp's going to have it. Ricardo's moving. It's going to be extremely close. Oh,
This is going to be very close. NineCarp's going to have it. NineCarp
he's
has
got
it.
Oh, damn.
NineCarp's got it.
Let's see if he can just maintain the gap. Oh, let's see headlights. No, he's good. Nicely done, NineCarp. Nicely done.
NineCarp's got
Ferrari
it.
seems to be enjoying the night race here.
Oh, that was fantastic racing then from NineCarp. We thought he went into the pit
Just
too
mustn't,
late.
Yeah, look, you mustn't go too wild now and give it all away.
No, that was fantastic racing from him.
It was definitely those last few laps where he was getting in the low 11s. I think that's what made the difference.
Well, let's look at his last lap time. Was again 2:11.028.
Ooh, but yeah, we're on the back straight. I don't know if that's enough. Because Porsches are quick, but I don't think they're going to have enough to close that much of a gap.
And the thing that's going to happen now, that's going to work in NineCarp's favor is that Unspoken is going to start having a battle with Ricardo.
So instead of being in attack, he's going to have to defend.
Yeah, and that's going to cost him a lot of time.
I think NineCarp's just got to bring it home. He's got 4 laps to do it. He must just focus, put in those quick lap times. If he wants to get maybe
and
back.
Ricardo going a bit wide on the entry into this corner and also the exit as well. He's definitely trying to push as hard as possible.
Jeff definitely wants it. I think he's hungry for those points.
Well, all three of these guys are trying to push for as many points as possible while BEEMERSTEIN is still not racing.
It's true.
Some good racing between these three. You can definitely see Ricardo close the gap to NineCarp during the main straight. And then when it comes to this section, again, a Ferrari is faster again.
Keep checking the comments section, but it looks like Mixit has died already. The second time.
Mixit dying.
I think they're just watching the action unfold here.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure this is more action-packed than Mixit.
Yeah.
We were chatting about it sometime in the week about Mixit Moolah that you needed to buy to chat in the chat rooms.
Still didn't save them.
Those were the days, eh? Raina saying watching too good. NineCarp is just managing the gap now. NineCarp should be able to see out this one.
Look, I think the only way NineCarp will lose it now if it's just one mistake. It doesn't matter how big or small that mistake, but then it's enough to close that gap.
Yes.
Right now, as like Porsche gets onto the straight, it's just not enough to close it enough, give that gap to the Ferrari.
And then we've got MD4 driving around in 4th position. Looks like he's around 9 seconds behind 3rd place. Renault saying he ain't getting any tips from us.
Laps. Just do laps.
I can't even give tips.
No.
I've probably done around 5 laps today.
Leaving things till last minute as usual. I like it.
I just wish I could be as fast as you guys without the practicing.
Yeah, I think that's how we wish everything worked. I think.
So it seems that this time around that MD4 and Insanity didn't hit the pit wall.
It's a good sign. That's showing progress. I like it.
And in 4th and 5th position. And then we've got Sahir currently racing in 6th position with his orange Porsche.
Yeah, very bright Porsche then.
Well, I can tell you this is.
I don't think it needs headlights. Isn't it like glow in the dark?
Well, have you seen Gerard's Ferrari? The thing is bright yellow. I think you can see that Ferrari from the moon.
I think Spring Khans is the one that definitely needs headlights. I think his is black, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah, Springcon's car is black. And Springcon is currently running in 8th position, the final position. But at least this time he'll be finishing on another DNF. Well, it's only 2 laps remaining. But Springcon is actually catching to the back of Gerard here. And I'm going to say it again, this Ferrari just sounds super amazing.
Like a monster, yeah.
We've got
I think they're
Sean
going to have
saying,
a bit of a battle by the end of the race.
Yeah, well, it's very close to him now. We've got Sean saying that he's done close to 300 laps on this track.
Sure, but
he says it's hard work trying to beat Profit, and mostly still not enough.
300 laps is insane, though. Damn, making some good money during all that testing there.
It sounds like when I first practiced for my first event with ORLSA, that was Laguna Seca in the GT3 series. What was it? I think it was September.
Good race there.
Yeah, I did like close to 200 or 300 laps, just trying everything.
We did the same as well for touring cars, Gary, and those Audis around. I think it was Monza was the first track. Jeez. Did we go mad with the laps there?
For me, it was the first event that I was racing without traction control and ABS and
right in the deep
all
end.
Those, yes, I was thrown into the deep end to say, hey, listen, you can race, but it's going to be with all these, without these assists. I was like, what? I was just getting used to driving on manual gearbox, and now suddenly I'm being thrown in with no traction control and all those things.
To me, the biggest problem was ABS. Like, the traction control was okay, but learning it not just to slam on brakes, that took a bit of getting used to.
Well, that was actually
the
quickest for me. For me, that was quite easy to get used to the braking without ABS. But the traction control
was first and second.
No, you're not serious.
No, Ricardo and Unspoken, they look very close.
Well, that's second and third.
Did I say first and second? My bad.
You said first and second. I just wanted to say no. We can't let NineCarp not win this race. He's been driving spectacularly.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And you are right.
Drove like a champ.
Ricardo and Unspoken right behind each other.
Definitely came together on that last corner.
Let's see if Unspoken can snatch a second position. Yeah.
Oof, it is the last lap as well. So if he's going to do something, he's going to have to do it soon.
And Unspoken looks much more relaxed in the car, as if he can get his Porsche much tighter as well.
See who's got theirs dialed in. Oh, he takes a wide entry, maybe he can get in the power sooner. Didn't seem to help too much though.
No, it didn't. I think
Ricardo's
it was just
managed to
too wide.
Yeah.
Well, Unspoken's Porsche looks much more settled in the corners.
Ooh.
And Ricardo almost losing it on the braking. Unspoken much tighter. Let's see who can be the best through these last couple of corners. Coming up to the long right-hander now. Oh, and hopefully we didn't lose anyone now.
I hope it was just lag.
So far everyone is still in.
Sounds a bit laggy the last part though.
Yeah, so far it's all good.
At least that's the
NineCarp was gonna. Yeah, NineCarp was gonna win the race. With Unspoken in third position and Ricardo in second. That was a very good battle from these three guys in the last couple of laps.
NineCarp and Ricardo doing some drifting through the finish line.
And we've got MD4 coming over the line in 4th position. It was a good finish for him after his disappointing first race where he hit the pit wall. Same for Insanity coming over in 5th position. Some good points on the board after his win in Laguna Seca. Also drifting over the finish line. We've got Sahib. Did Sahib go off track?
Here is in 6th.
Because we've got Gerard right behind him. Gerard giving it all to get past him. This is a good battle to finish the race off with.
It's joining.
Sahib just holding on to take 6th with Gerard then in 7th. And Springcon is just enjoying the last lap, trying to make the car drifting car.
Just glad to see there was no DC.
We'll
Bring it home, Springcon, bring it home.
He's giving us a nice show to finish off the race.
Here we go. This Ferrari does sound amazing there.
Oh, fantastic, the sound.
Gonna drift the last corner. Yeah, there he goes.
That sounds fantastic. Just listening to this car. And he goes over the line in 8th position.
Yeah. Nicely done, guys. That was good racing. Actually, throughout the whole race.
That was fantastic. Both races, we saw some good action from the top 3 of both the races as well. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. And we'll catch you guys again. Tomorrow night is the pro race. We're not sure if there will be a stream tomorrow night. But yeah, if there is, we'll catch you guys again tomorrow then. If not, me and Rowan will be back next week Monday for the AM race.
Well, AM, yeah, that's it.
Yes, at COTA. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys again. Cheers, guys.
Good night. Cheers.